welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Christina. So today we're going to try out the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation. I have the glass version, but I also have the tube version. That's kind of cool because in the US we don't have this version though. I got this from my friend. She went on a cruise and I asked her to pick this up for me so I can try it out. So this is what it looks like. And then this is what the glass looked like. The glass normally don't have a pump, but I put a MAC pump in there so it's easy for me to get access to. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this side, this one on this side, and this one on this side. And I wanna see if it's the same. So both of the foundations I did get are actually the same shade. It's in 220 Natural Beige. And hopefully it is the same because it'll be kind of weird if I have two different shades on. But I'm not going anywhere today, so that's kind of a good thing if it's different. So the primer that I use is actually the Laura Mercier foundation primer. I have been using this because it has SPF on there, so I can skip the SPF step. This foundation do not have SPF, I believe. Yeah, it doesn't. Which is fine with me. I don't mind it. So for application, I'm gonna have two beauty blenders. So one on this side and one on this, just to see if it makes a difference. Wow, cool. I know it's just like a tube. Obviously, there's like a lot of foundation that's in a tube, but it's cool to kind of see your favorite foundation that you've never seen in a tube to be in a tube, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna pour some on the back of my hand and I'm gonna try it. If I'm looking down, it's because I have a mirror here. I like to look at a closer mirror to see how the application is. It's not going to be exactly perfectly in the middle, but it will do. I'll bring it down a little bit to my neck. As you can tell from my other videos, I did cut my hair. I cut about 15 inches off and I donated it. So this hairstyle is kind of short for me. I'm kind of having a struggle. I'm kind of having a hard time styling it just because I think it's just the one that I have. Because when I style it, it gets way too short and then I don't like it. And so I'll use my hand to just brush it in. So I'm still trying to figure out what hairstyle I really like. So far it looks so good. I love this foundation. Okay, now I'm gonna use this one. Typically I'll use about a pump and a half for a whole face. I'm using it on my other hand. I don't know why I'm using it in my hand when I have a little like plate to kind of put it in. So I'm finally done with the application. And so far it does look the same. That's kind of cool. I wonder why we don't have this packaging. I really like this. Just because like you can kind of control how much you can squeeze out versus the glass where you kind of can't unless you add a pump like I did. I got this idea from, I believe, Kathleen Lice, where she added this pump in there and I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. It doesn't fit perfectly, as you can tell, but it'll do. Put on the Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer. I'm in the color Creme Brulee. This is a pretty good concealer. I really need to like finish up my Shape Tape, but I think this one is Denso. So this is in the color Medium. Typically I would use this to spot conceal, but it's getting like a little janky. So that's where I'm kind of like, I don't want to use it anymore. For concealing, I actually use the color light medium. So this one is still okay. They are both actually in my Pan It series, where I kind of want to finish up the whole product, but I think I'm going to call it quits on the medium. Then I'm going to use the Becca, what are you called? Hydrating Mist Set and Refresh Powder. So I've had this, and it's not like, it has a wet feeling, but it's not there anymore. I think it's just because like I had it for a while. For sure not over 6 months, because the expiration on here says 6 months. But I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. I'm just going to still use it. Try to finish it up because it's not that cheap. So I normally will set just my T area and under my eyes where my concealer is, and around my chin, and just lightly, like whatever I have on my beauty blender, I'll just put it like around my cheek area, because I am a face toucher and sometimes I'll touch my face, and when I don't set my foundation it just disappears. Now I'm going to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette, and I'm going to use Shadow Play and Lyric. So this is Shadow Play, the contour. Lately I've been just mixing these two as my contour. I saw that she came out with like a smaller palette, and I think I like that idea a lot better, just because you don't use all the shades in here. The darkest one in the palette I don't use very often because it's just too dark for me, but sometimes I'll use it for eyeshadow. That's probably the only thing I can really use it for. I feel like it's kind of like a waste, and I don't want to throw it out. I have this palette for a while now, and I really don't want to throw it out. I want to finish it. That's one of my goals. It's in my Pan It series as well. My next video I'm going to do is a empties video, because I have a whole bag full of empties that I need to do, and typically when I do those it means that I really want to throw them out. I really don't like to keep it in my room because it kind of takes space. I think over time it like piles up. So the next step is blush, and this is Jouer Adore Blush Duo. This is one of my favorite blush from them, as you can tell. I'm almost there. I'm so excited to get this to be done. Not that I hate it or anything, it's just like when you buy something and you get it done, like I get so excited. One of my favorite series on YouTube is the Pan It Project. That's something I'm so addicted on. I could watch that all day. I put a lot of blush. I don't know, it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite steps. So I put it around my cheek area, and then around my nose. Like, you can't overdo it with this one just because it's so wearable for every day. That's why I love it. It's so good. You guys have to try it. If you guys did not try anything from Jouer, I suggest the Blush Duo just because it's one of my favorites. For brows, I've been trying to finish up the ColourPop brow pencil in the color Banging Brunette. It's a little bit too light, but that's okay. My favorite one is actually Collab Shape and Shade Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in Witch Brown, but I'm trying to finish this one up first. It's almost there. I feel like the ColourPop one is a little more waxier, which I kind of don't really like, just because at the end of the day your brows can move around, because around my brow area I do get oily there, so it's kind of not that great. I always have to like check on my brows just to make sure. I put that much on, and then I use the Collab spoolie. Oh, they're kind of the same, but I don't know. I like this spoolie a lot better. I don't know why. It's really hard to do hair-like strokes with the ColourPop brow pencil. Just because it's so waxy, so I just don't, like, I just can't. Hard to do brows because when I do brows, I literally go so close to my mirror that I'm like so close to it, but I'm doing it a little bit further than normal, so it's kind of hard. I want to stay in frame because I think my other video I was kind of out of frame when I was doing it, or was I doing liner or something, and when I was editing it I was like, oh shoot, I'm so bad. I don't know how people do it on Instagram where like they're using their phone as a mirror and they'll just do their makeup on there. Like, it's so hard for me, at least. I think brows are something that I'm really picky about because my brows are already light and it's harder to see when you're far away, so I have to look really close on where my brows end and where they finish and how the shape looks. So that's probably the reason why I like look at the mirror so close to it when I'm doing my brows. Just blend the concealer with my finger. Oh, and the concealer that I'm using is Boinging by Benefit. This is like the older packaging because I've had this for a while now, and it's so bomb for your brows. The person that introduced me to this was City and Makeup. She's here on YouTube. I know she hasn't done a YouTube video in a while. I know she came back and then she kind of disappeared again. But she used this like back then and I still love it till this day. It's still amazing to me. So for the eyeshadow, I'm going to be using this eyeshadow palette by Collab and it's called Get Ready With Me. It's a great like everyday kind of shadow. It's like my type of tones. It's really easy to use because it's just like your browns, so you can't go wrong with browns. So I'm gonna take this color first and I'm going to go all over my lid and up until my crease, but not too high. If I'm like really lazy, then I will just use just this color and I'll be done. I'll call it a day. So to intensify it, I will use the same color and I will build it just at the end, at the corner of my eye. I'll be taking this darker brown and I'm going to focus it just on the outer part of my eye. Be taking a clean blending brush and I'll just blend the outer part out just so it doesn't look so harsh. Taking this color in this palette right next to the darker brown and I'm going to place it on my lid. I don't want to go too high, I just want to like focus it only on the lid portion. I'm going to blend it in a little bit with the darker brown so it has like a nicer fade. And I'll take this shade from my brow bone. The palette doesn't have names, they have numbers for each of the shadow. So this is for my eyes. And now when I go ahead and tightline with the LA Girl Glide Liner, which is my favorite. Using the Maybelline Eyeshadow in the color Blackest Black for my wing liner. This is like my favorite all-time gel liner. Okay, I'm gonna have to get really close on this one, so hopefully you can see. Is I'm gonna apply false lashes, and this lashes is from Main Company. I don't know what the name is because I threw away the box, and I store my lashes in this Lash Story Pro Edition from House of Lash, so I don't really know what the name is, but they have amazing lashes, a little pricey. They have a box for it, and it's like a drawer with a pearl. Pretty bougie. So for highlighter, I'm going to be using this Hourglass Ambient Light palette. Use this NARS Fort de France highlighting palette. So I use this over the ambient light because the ambient light is a little bit subtle. So I'll just top this off. So for lips, I'm going to be using the Collab Matte Addiction, and it's in the shade Nude Vibes. This is a collaboration with Samage here on YouTube. This is one of my favorite shades to wear. It's like perfect. For setting spray, I'm going to be using the Collab 3-in-1 Hydrating Mist. So here's the final look. Ta and da. The foundation overall looks pretty good. It does look the same. The shade is the same as well, which is good because that's like my favorite foundation. I could wear this every single day and I'll be okay with it. Yeah. Hopefully the tube version comes to the US one day because I know a lot of people want the tube version. I've seen comments about it, and if you know why we only have the glass version and not the tube version, let me know. It'd be cool to find out the reason why. And also, if someone has done this content already, please let me know. I'm not here to jack anybody's content, okay? I just really wanted to try it for myself, but I just thought it was cool to film a video, so that's what I did. So let me know if someone else has done this video. I would love to credit that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, leave a comment down below, and thumbs it up as well. See you guys next time. Bye.